Hello and welcome back to another video. So I had made a video on some of the best RP servers quite a while ago, but that video is now quite old and a little bit outdated, and it only had I think 5 or 6 servers on it. So today I decided I would make a full new video for 2021, even though, you know, it is going to be 2022 very soon, going over, in my opinion, the top 10 best roleplay servers on GTA 5. Now with this video, since we have a little bit more variety in servers, since we're doing a top 10 and not just like a 5 or 6 of the best ones, I wanted to include a little bit of everything. So we have a couple of Rage MP servers, we have mostly 5M servers, we have some whitelisted, we have some public, we have some more on the serious RP side, some more on the light RP side, and some where there's barely any RP at all, but it's mostly just, you know, a better version of GTA 5 online. So today we're going to be going over all these top 10 servers. They are in no particular order. These are just the top 10 servers I figured would be good for a video and that some people might enjoy or want to try out. So again, without further ado, let's just get into it. Now I'm not going to be taking a ton of time with each one of them. I want to kind of try and make each one of the descriptions around 1 minute to 2 minutes, so you know, you guys can just quickly watch through the video, get a little bit of an idea of each server, and then if you want to, either go look up videos on your own or go join the server yourself and try it out. Again, I don't want to make this video too long. I want to make it nice, short, and concise. So we're just going to be going over a couple features of each server, really just saying the main points of them, and I think that's going to be pretty much it. So let's start off at number 10 with the NoPixel public server. Alrighty, so starting off our list at number 10 is going to be the NoPixel public server. Now I was going to do the whitelisted server, but honestly, if you're looking to play on a server consistently and you're not a big streamer or YouTuber or want to put in a ton of effort to try and get priority, the NoPixel public server is what you might want to try out. Now again, it's essentially pretty much just the regular NoPixel whitelisted server that we all know and love, with all of the different scripts, all the different crazy amounts of activities to do, of course, and a ton of features, and I mean a ton of features. NoPixel, of course, has been up for years and years, and with their 3.0 releasing and then finally releasing a public server, there is definitely a ton to do on this server, from car boosting to chopping cars, hitting banks, doing multi-step heists. There is a ton to do on the NoPixel public server, and again, they have a very big team of developers that is able to make that happen. Now I do recommend, if you are looking to get onto the NoPixel public server, to get at least the lowest tier priority, and you should be able to join in probably 5 to 10 minutes of getting into a queue. It's not too bad, especially if you join in the off hours and not during all of the peak hours. But again, it is a public server on 5M. There's again a ton to do on the NoPixel public server. If you have been into RP at all the last couple of years, you've definitely heard of NoPixel and probably watched a little bit of it. And again, this server has all the same features as the whitelisted one as well, so there's a ton to do and a ton to figure out for sure. But I think that's gonna be about it for the NoPixel public server. Again, it is a public server, obviously, on the 5M platform. If you do wish to join, you do have to go onto their website though, make an account, and then you should be able to join directly from there. They actually have 2 servers at the moment for the public ones. They have the green server, which is a ×1 server, so the same one as the normal NoPixel whitelisted, and then there's the one that I play on sometimes called the purple server, where it's 2x, so you get double the amount of money, materials, and everything else that you would normally get from NoPixel's normal 1x server. So again, definitely recommend checking out the NoPixel public server. Ton of fun to play on. Again, always a full server pretty much, and if you have like the lowest tier priority, which I think goes for about $30, it's not too hard to get in at all. And the next server we're going to be talking about is one that has changed quite a bit since I last played on it. The footage you're seeing right now is of course from their 2.0, but recently they actually have completely wiped the Subversion server and decided to start it up again from scratch. Now of course this resulted in quite a loss in their player base, although it is slowly building up again, with normally 60 to 100 players around their peak hours, and I definitely know, or I at least expect, for it to rise more from here in the future. What I did was, again, pretty much just wiped everything from 2.0 and decided to start off with a full new framework and a full new server, and again develop it from there. And I, however, for one, was very skeptical of this, because I've definitely seen servers in the past where they decide to wipe and create a full new server, and especially the way Subversion is doing it, where they don't really release with a ton of features and decided to just add them as they go along. I honestly was pretty high in doubt, but after these last couple weeks, I can see that the devs over at Subversion are really doing a great job, and seems like they're making a ton of updates for the server and for what people actually want to see on the server, and they are building it up to what their community actually wants, which is really cool to see. Again, it might not be in the best state at the moment, as again it's still very much in development, but they are definitely adding a ton of features, and I definitely recommend checking it out either now or a little bit down the line as the server gets a little bit more developed from where it currently is at the current point with their 3.0 release. Now again, Subversion is a whitelisted server, and it does take a little bit, at least when I applied, it does take a little bit to get accepted, but once you do, it is quite the fun server, at least from when I played on 2.0, and from watching some other people's streams, I highly recommend Mr. Mom Gaming if you do want to check out some streams on SVRP. It does seem there is still a pretty high level of roleplay on Subversion, and again, the devs are doing a really good job at adding scripts and features that the community does want. But definitely recommend checking out Subversion RP, but let's not linger too long again on it. But if this video is a couple months old, I definitely recommend going checking out Subversion and see what they've done or changed in the past, because again, at the time of this video coming up, they do have quite a lot of features, but honestly they are definitely still a bit in development with their 3.0 release. And the next server coming in at number 8, again these are in no particular order, these are just the top 10 that I thought would be good for this video, is going to be Twitch RP. Now, of course, this is a whitelisted server that has also recently gone through a full new 3.0 revamp, and I've checked it out a little bit, but not too much. I did play on 2.0, and that is, of course, the footage that you're seeing right now. I will try and include some of the other streamers' footage, because again, with a name like Twitch RP, you can assume there are quite a lot of people streaming on it. Now, it has a very close community for sure. A majority of the people that play on the server actually stream, of course, with the name being Twitch RP, but of course you don't need to actually be a streamer to get into the server. They do have quite a lot of features. All of them are pretty in-depth and do take a while, so don't think this is a quick server. You get on, you get a car, a house, and everything within a week or two. It is definitely quite a bit of a grind to get some stuff on Twitch RP, but the RP there and the community is really nice, and I definitely recommend checking out Twitch RP. Again, I'm not going to stay too long on Twitch RP just because I haven't personally spent a ton of time, but I have heard a lot of good stuff from a lot of people. So if you are looking for a little bit of a more core small community, again, not small in player size, but small as in everyone's kind of in their own tight circles with each other, and it seems to be a very close knit and tied community. So I definitely recommend checking out Twitch RP if you're looking for something where you want to stay there for a long time and really build up your reputation as a player and a person, and of course meet a lot of nice people along the way. The 7th server on the list we're going to be talking about is going to be GTA World, and this one's a little bit different. This is a Rage MP server on the Rage MP platform, of course. It is whitelisted, and what makes this server unique, which again a lot of people may not like, but there aren't many servers of these left nowadays, and that is it is a text-only RP server. That means there is no voice chat. It is all done through a ton of /me's and through, of course, typing in the chat, which again I figured I would put in this list since there really is not too many of these servers left, but this one has quite the huge community. I usually see around 300 to 500 people on the server. They have tons of scripts, tons of devs, and they have a pretty good community. Again, the text-only RP is a very small community, but I figured I would mention it in this list as this is the biggest text-only server that I have seen and the most active one as well. So if you are looking for a text-only RP server, you don't really want to use voice chat that much, definitely recommend checking out GTA World. It's been a long-standing community for a long time. Definitely recommend checking it out. Again, it is on the Rage MP platform. It's whitelisted, and you know, again, it's text only RP, so just keep that in mind. If you are looking for one, this is the place that you want to probably check out, because there really isn't too many text only RP servers on FiveM. I don't think I've really ever seen one on FiveM, but there is this one text only server for Rage MP, and this is the most popular one. Definitely recommend checking it out if you are looking for a text only roleplay server. The next server we're going to be talking about is another server that has recently gone through quite a lot of changes, and that is going to be Lucid City Roleplay. Now, originally Lucid City was, I believe, a whitelisted server, of course, on FiveM, and then eventually they did open a public server, and that public server did grow very, very fast. They had decided to shut down their whitelisted server and just focus on this public server. And I've heard quite a lot of people play on this server. Now, again, something to keep in mind is that this one, from what I've seen and what I've heard from a lot of people, is more of a kind of casual chill server. Of course, there is some RP here and there from what I've heard, but for overall, it seems more of kind of like a chill server, kind of just have fun on. And honestly, from what I've heard from people, I heard there was a lot of pay to win or pay for stuff for Lucid City, but when I went into their actual website, there wasn't anything too crazy. There is a little bit of stuff where you have to pay some money to be able to have access to actually purchase exclusive cars. There is a valet service thing where you can have your cars delivered to you. You can get certain house interiors for money, but overall, compared to a lot of servers out there, there's not like a huge pay to win portion of it. And honestly, it seems like a pretty fun server to kind of just hop on with some friends, chill, do some RP here and there, but not really have to worry too much about any super serious RP. There's also a huge player base. I believe constantly there are around 300 players online, which is their player cap. So they are definitely doing very well with Lucid City. And if you want kind of a more chill social server, I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you're new to RP, you're not looking to get too into it yet and kind of just want to get an idea of it. Definitely recommend checking out Lucid City, chilling on there for a bit and having some fun. The next server we're going to be talking about in this video is, of course, Paradox Gaming. Now, I actually did a review on this, or a partial review on this, and I believe in the last video I made on this showing off the best RP servers, and it still sticks in this list today for a couple reasons. First of all, though, let's get out of the way with all these specifics. Of course, it is on FiveM. It is a public server, but they do have a lot of whitelisted jobs, and they are very big on good RP, and their admins and staff try to facilitate that the best they can. They also have a very unique VIP system, which is one of the reasons I actually chose this to be in the list, because I don't really see this on any other RP server. They have a VIP system where basically, if you have shown that you have played a lot on the server, you know what you're doing, you know the give and take of RP, you're allowed to actually get access to be able to do certain RP events that for normal players could end up really poorly. This could include like certain, let's just say, like sniper events or stuff like that, where if it was a normal player and you give them a sniper or they were able to get a sniper, obviously it would just lead to them RDMing and really, not making any cool RP out of it. But if you're a VIP, you're able to get access to certain things that normal players are not, in cases where normal players would kind of ruin it or, make it not fun for each other. But these VIP tiers are given to players that can actually understand RP and make it fun for everyone, and really do add to some really unique scenarios you can't really have on any other server. So I definitely recommend checking out Paradox RP with their VIP system. Definitely a very cool concept, and I hope that they do well. Make sure to go check them out as well. The next one up on the list is going to be New Day RP. It is a whitelisted server, of course, on FiveM with quite a good community, constantly having anywhere from around, I would say, 140 to about 200 players online at any given time during their peak hours, along with tons of streamers to see different points of view on the server and really get a good idea of it. There's also no pay to win on the server, which is definitely nice to see, and they also have a very nice feature on their website by having a full calendar showing all of the in-game events either hosted by players or the staff team. With these constant events, you can really have a ton of RP and a ton of fun and really get to know the community fast. And honestly, that's one of the main reasons that I chose New Day RP to go on this list, because of their calendar system, being able to, follow up so closely with the different events going on the server very easily. And also, I've heard of a lot of players that have left other servers and, tried out New Day RP, and it seems to be another pretty healthy server if you are looking for a new one to check out. Again, it is a whitelisted server, so the quality of RP usually in these kinds of servers is a bit higher than normal, and from what I've heard, it's a pretty cool server. Most people on there are pretty chill from what I have heard. They have a decent amount of scripts, devs, and updates for the server as well. Definitely recommend checking out New Day RP. Definitely another good one to keep in mind. Now, this next one on this list is one that I'm honestly not too keen on, but I thought I would include this in the list because it does feel quite the niche. It is going to be Grand RP. Now, Grand RP is a public server on the Rage MP platform, and it's basically, in my opinion, I have played a little bit on it because I believe I did do a review on it quite a while ago. It is basically just, in my opinion, GTA Online Plus. It reminds me a lot of GTA Online, but just with some actual rules, and of course, a lot more players. There's tons to do, such as mini games, daily and weekly events, gang wars, tons of different activities to do, loot boxes, and more. Now, of course, this is a very pay-to-win server. I'm pretty sure you can literally just straight up buy money for the server. But if you just want a server to hop on with some friends and have a good time, and have basically a better version of GTA 5 online, this is definitely the place for you. They actually now have over 7 different servers, all maintaining a crazy 300 to 1,000 players at a time. Again, the US servers usually have around 700 to 1,000 players at any point, which is absolutely insane. And they also have these servers on all the time over 5 different regions. So if you're not from the US, they do have some other servers if you want to join them as well. Again, the Grand RP is run a lot more like a business, but definitely is a pretty fun server to play on if, again, you are just looking for basically a better version of GTA Online. And when I played it, that's what I got the feeling of. So definitely recommend checking it out if that's the kind of experience you are looking for, or you just, want to have some fun and fool around with some friends. But they do have a ton of in-depth systems if you really want to get into it, but I definitely recommend checking them out if that's what you're looking for. And let's move on to the next one. Now, this next one we're going to be talking about is, of course, the second to last one in this list, so hopefully you guys have been enjoying this video, and again, if you have, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. But again, to get back into it, number 2 is going to be High Life Roleplay. Now, High Life Roleplay is, of course, a public server on FiveM, boasting a crazy amount of over 200,000 registered members, and with constantly being at their player cap of 300, it is quite the active server. They have a huge amount of custom vehicles, unique robberies, in-depth drug systems, tons of MLOs, and a very active staff team. If you are looking for a semi-serious RP server with a lots of whitelist roles to choose from and a very active population, I definitely recommend High Life Roleplay. It seems, they've been here for a while, they know what they're doing, and of course, they really rely on a lot of the feedback from their community, and they of course take all of it into account while developing their server. I've heard a lot of good stuff about High Life Roleplay, and it's just another good server to check out. It doesn't have any stupid pay to win stuff or anything like that. It's just a good old FiveM public roleplay server that actually tries to have some good RP on it. Definitely recommend checking it out. The last, but certainly not least server we're going to be talking about is, of course, Just RP. Now, before we go anywhere else, of course, I am a little biased on Just RP as I am part of the staff on it, but honestly, it has been an amazing server so far the time we've been running it. We are now on our 3rd version of the server, also known as a 3.0, and I think we have done this the best we could have and learned a lot from our previous 2 versions. It is now a whitelisted server, of course, and we've been creating a very unique community here with many outstanding characters, roleplay, and the server is constantly being worked on and improved. We now have a 150 person player cap with a normal average range of 130 to 140 players during peak hours, which means, of course, no queue. We developed the server with a lot of things in mind after we learned a lot of, previous servers and all the mistakes that their admins made, and we want to focus a lot on having no corruption on the server. Obviously, never will ever have any pay to win on the server, and we really try to listen to the community by doing monthly or bi-monthly community meetings, talking to the server, taking in their suggestions, and just dealing with the community as a whole. I personally think we've built up a really amazing player base over on Just RP, so if you do want to go check it out, I definitely recommend applying. We have tons of different whitelisted jobs, tons of different scripted jobs, a very in-depth criminal system with different and very, very unique ways to create different drugs. The ways to do different heists are all very in-depth and very secretive, with tons of hidden locations. I believe we have probably over 20 to 30 hidden locations you can find as a criminal on the server and benefit from. So overall, again, a really, really good server. I am of course biased a bit, but I do play a ton on it, and I wouldn't be playing on it if I didn't of course enjoy it. So definitely recommend, of course, you know, our little plug here for Just RP. Definitely recommend checking it out. But again, I think that is going to be about it for this video. Hopefully this top 10 list has helped you out a little bit. Again, they are in no particular order. There's no best to worst. These are just the top 10 GTA 5 roleplay servers I would honestly recommend in 2021 for a wide range of different kinds of servers. Anything from, you know, the more GTA Online, you know, less RP focused Grand RP, to the much more serious Subversion roleplay or Twitch RP, and of course, you know, a little bit of text RP in here with GTA World. Hopefully this list helps you out a little bit in finding a server that is right for you. And of course, as I've already said, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.